before the election, the same kind of thing happened. And I think you'll see some very interesting information come out. But you have to have honest reports. And when you look at those numbers, or when you look at just before the election, and then after the election, they corrected it by 800,000 or 900,000 jobs.
President Trump says this week's jobs report was rigged after coming in well below expectations, with U.S. employers allegedly slashing hiring and also allegedly adding just 73,000 jobs in the month of July. For more on that, we want to bring in M2 Community CEO and University of San Diego School of Business visiting fellow Mitch Rochelle. Great to have you, my friend. This is one of those stories that really caught a lot of people by surprise. Yes, adjustments happen downward, and sometimes they add later on, but this was an absolute shock, at least here in the Beltway. How about where you were?
100%, Kevin. And what's interesting is the president, as a candidate, was critical of all of the adjustments to the jobs report, and moreover, the timing of the release of those adjustments. Listen, I get it. It's hard to produce a report. Remember, the jobs report comes out the first Friday of the following month. So in this case, it came out on August 1st. And it's a survey that was done a couple of weeks earlier. So there are going to be some errors, but this has become a habitual problem. And the markets hang on those numbers, as does the Fed. So I think it's something that needs to be looked at because we can't rely on numbers that get changed so radically.
Okay, but the couple ways I want to look at this. On the one hand, you're right. You want to say, listen, this happens. We need to tighten things up. On the other hand, you have to wonder, because this was so anomalous. I mean, people were saying this just absolutely doesn't make sense. And then, of course, the president decides to make a firing decision. Can the numbers be manipulated like this, or is it just hard cheese, Mr. President? That's what the numbers are.
I think it's in part what the numbers are. It's the timing of the revision that seems to be, where funny business could be. And it's the fact that this just keeps happening over and over again. So there's got to be a fix. And listen, if you can't get the numbers out right by the first, Friday of the month, make it the third Friday of the month so everybody can work with numbers that are reliable, because important decisions get based on those numbers.
No question about that, and we certainly saw that with the market on Friday. Let me share this. This is Senator Chuck Schumer. He's making the argument that it's the tariffs that are causing the problem. Listen to this, get your reaction on the other side.
It is disturbing to say, but the chickens are coming home to roost on Donald Trump's destructive trade war. If this is what Liberation Day was supposed to look like, then God help us. Hiring is down, prices are ticking up, families are paying more than $2,400 a year because of these tariffs.
See, this is one of the issues. He can say that. It doesn't have to be fact-checked in real time, and then it goes around the world before anybody gets a chance to unpack what he said. Your thoughts on the senator's perspective on tariffs?
Well, the senator was also calling for a recession that would be imminent as a result of Liberation Day. And look what happened. Second quarter GDP came in at 3%, considerably greater than the estimates. And in fact, consumer spending was up in the second quarter, and consumer drives the U.S. economy. So I take things that Senator Schumer says with a grain of salt. Probably one of the reasons why I moved out of the state of New York, because I didn't want him representing me.
Yeah, I can imagine. Now, let me get your thoughts on this. About 15 seconds. There are those who make this argument, and if you watch other networks, they're really hammering home this idea that, well, it's the consumer that pays the tariff. Is that so? And if not, why not?
I think there is a flow through, Kevin, that the consumer does pick up. But as we've seen, Walmart, for example, is eating a lot of those costs that, for higher costs for imports, and trying to pass an everyday low price along to the customer, whereas Amazon is not. So those are your two biggest retailers in this country, and they have two different approaches. So to make a wholesale comment that the consumer pays for it, I think is false.
Yeah, and the problem is, if they price themselves out of the consumer's range, they just won't buy at all. So they do have to keep that in mind as well. Great to have you, Mitch Rochelle, as always. We appreciate it. Have a great weekend, my friend.
Great to see you as well.
Thanks.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.